Hey, what's up everyone? Joshua here, and today I'm gonna be making a little bit of a different video. So currently, I am a sophomore in college. I'm actually one semester away from getting my associates, and because of that, I'm taking a break from the job I work at. And for those of you who don't know, I work at a sushi restaurant. And so I thought it'd be pretty fun to talk about my pet peeves that I had working at that job. And before I go into anything, I just want to say straight off the bat, none of these issues are related to like the people I worked with, my coworkers. That sushi place has probably like the least toxic work environment, or just the least toxic environment in like period that I've ever been in. So absolutely have no issue with anyone working there. No, my pet peeves all come from the customers that I have to deal with, as I'm sure if any of you have ever worked in like retail or just customer service in general, then you know how idiotic some customers can be. So I have my list pulled up here, and the first one, no-brainer, is not wearing masks. We're in a pandemic, and it's been almost a year now, and there are still people who refuse to wear their masks, or they wear their mask below their nose, or the worst one, they come in and wear their mask, and then they come up to the front desk to talk to me, and then they take off their mask to try to talk to me. You don't have to do that. You just keep your mask on. I can hear you just fine. Also for some context. So I work as a host and sometimes a server at this job. And the way this job works is that it's an all-you-can-eat restaurant. So it's not like a buffet where you like go and grab the food, but you just like, you can order as much food as you want and your server will bring it out all to you. And that sounds like a pretty good deal, you know. It's like all just one set price. Our only condition is that like you don't waste the food, because sushi is pretty expensive to make. And that sounds like a pretty great deal, but there will be those random people who sort of complain about it. Like they're just like, oh, what if I don't like the food, or like this and that, or like that's not fair. And it's pretty weird because we're literally making it so that you can eat as much as humanly possible, and all that we ask in return is that you don't waste any of the food. So yeah, pretty weird to complain about that. On to the next one. Being a host, I realized that hosts actually probably have like the least amount of control in the restaurant. Like, my jobs as a host included like taking out the trash and like obviously dealing with people up front and doing takeout orders and all of that. But you know, sometimes they'll like ask me questions about the ingredients, or just like get angry if like there's a long wait time, which like we have absolutely no control over. And that's another one. Whenever there's like a long wait time, there's always people complaining about the wait times, because we always tell them we can't give like an exact number in minutes of wait time, because sometimes, and this is going to go into another pet peeve I have, but sometimes people will like pay their bill and they will just sit there just talking. I think the week before I left for my break, there's this group of 4 that like they stood there talking for like an hour after they paid, and I had to like, the server was like too nervous to like ask them to leave, so I had to like go up to them and like politely tell them to get out of there, because we had like a 40-minute wait that night. So yeah, don't do that. Let's see. Another pet peeve is, yes, working as a host, and I answer the phone and I go, hello, this is, I don't want to say the restaurant name, but I'm just gonna say, hello, this is the sushi restaurant, how can I help you? And the very first thing they say is, oh yes, hello, is this the sushi restaurant? Like, my guy, I just told you I just told you that we're the sushi restaurant. Why are you asking me if we're the sushi restaurant? Are you deaf? Uh, let's see. Another one is when people say, "Oh, we need a table for 4," and I write down 4 on like the little ticket to give the waiter, but then afterwards, like, "Oh, actually, it's a table for 4, but only 3 of us are eating." Like, if you're gonna do that, that's something that you have to say right away, please. Like, that's really annoying and really confusing too, because there have been times to where I've had to like set up like a larger table for like a group of 6 or 7, but only like 5 of them end up eating anyways, and the other 2 just talk. It's pretty annoying because it kind of just makes setting up the table unnecessary. What else? Oh yes. There be the very rare occasion to where a parent comes in with their child, and we have to ask how old their child is. And some children, they just look super ambiguous. Like, especially if they're like toddlers, it's very hard to tell if they're a boy or a girl. So I'll just look at the parent. I'll be like, "Oh, how old are they?" Right? And like some of them will get like kind of annoyed by that, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's 4," like, "Oh, she's 6." And it's like, okay, bruh, you can't misgender someone by saying they, so please shut up. Like, what are you getting offended for? Like, they're a toddler, like, of course I'm not gonna know exactly if they're a boy or a girl, and I don't want to take the shot and miss just so you can get angry at me anyways. Let's see, what's another one? Oh yes, people who pay low tips, or who just don't give any tips at all. We call these, we call it stiffing, whenever you just don't pay anyone a tip, especially a server. Because if you don't know, the way that servers make their money is like pretty much throughout like just tips. Like, we do have the hourly wage, but that's just for like taxes and all that. Like, we make like 99% of our money just from tips, and so there will be times to where like people stay an extremely long amount of time, like an hour or an hour and a half, or you seem like you have good chemistry with them and you're like making good conversation with them, and they just leave you nothing, or they leave you like $1 or something. I remember I once had this family of 4 who modified the shit out of their food. Like, they kept asking for like fried rice with no vegetables, and like for like an hour and 20 minutes, I was like running back and forth to make sure they got their food, because they kept ordering so much. Everyone at the table ordered like 5 rounds of food, and when they finally left, I got tipped like less than $3. So that was not worth it. And going off of that, just people who treat waiters like shit. I can't stand customers that think that just because like you're a waiter that they don't have to treat you with any sort of respect. Like, that's really fucking stupid. Like, we are literally the people giving you your food. You might want to rethink how you talk to us before someone gets the idea to maybe like spit in your food or something, Not saying that I've ever done that, but like, shit. Oh, people who try ordering something that isn't on the menu. Now, this is a sushi restaurant. And like at the restaurant that I work at, there are like other stuff like hibachi and fried rice and all that, but we don't actually, for the most part, we don't have any like cooked fish, right? Most of the fish that we use goes towards the sushi, and there will always be people asking if like we can like cook some salmon for them or cook some tuna for them, and we have to tell them no, that's not like something on the menu, and then they get upset over it, even though it's not on the freaking menu. Very, very annoying. Don't try to do that. Don't try to order something that isn't on the menu. It's because odds are you're not gonna get it. Oh, this one happens to me literally every fucking day. So as a host, I'm also the person that has to seat these people. I have to take them to like a table, to whoever like waiter is next, right? And there will be a lot, and I always do this. Like, every time before I seat them, I ask them, "Is this table okay? Is this table okay?" And they say yes, and I start setting down the menu. And then suddenly, once I'm done setting up all the menus and all the napkins and stuff, they're like, "Actually, can we get a table like on this side of the restaurant?" Or like, "Actually, can we sit in that booth?" After I'm already done setting up the table. It's like, you really, my guy? You couldn't have told me sooner. Let's see, and another pet peeve I have is when people come in with a baby or a toddler and they ask for a baby chair, and I have to go to the back and bring out a baby chair for them, and they just end up not using it. Like, why would you do that? You just wasted my time, and you're not even using the baby chair. And what else? Oh, this is gonna be the last one, but I cannot stand it when, like, this has happened to me so many times. Whenever this happens to me like 9 out of 10 times whenever I'm serving for the day. But there's always gonna be those people that to where we have like 10 or 15 minutes before closing, and they come in and we let them know, like, oh, by the way, we have like literally 10 fucking minutes before closing, and they're just like, yeah, that's okay, we'll eat anyways. And I'm like ready to go. I have all my side jobs done. I have like all my tables clean, and now I have to stay there for an extra like 30 minutes just to deal with them. And it's the one that like hurt the most is that this happened to me on a night to where it wasn't that busy, and so my boss was gonna let everyone leave like an hour early, and I was ready to go, and then literally 10 minutes before we were closing, these people came in and they stayed for like an extra 30 minutes. And the worst part is that like they didn't even like eat all their fucking food. This one guy that was with them ordered like 4 sushi rolls, and the sushi rolls come in either like 6 per order or like 8 pieces per order, and he got 3 that were 8 pieces per order, so he had like 24 pieces of sushi to eat, and he ate like 2 of them. Like, what? And like I was getting a little annoyed, so like I just went up to them. I was like, hey man, if you're not gonna finish your food, you know, like you can just take it with you in a box. Like, you're gonna get charged either way since you're leaving it, so you might as well take it with you. And so that's what they ended up doing. But I go back to the table to clean it, and like the fucker left the food in the box anyway, so I had to run out to their car and give them the food. That whole thing was just a waste of time because they came in, they talked a big game, and they barely ate anything. So, wow, that took a lot less time than I thought it would. I had like a bunch of pet peeves written down like on my phone, but I just went through all of them. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend working in customer service. It's like kind of unavoidable in this day and age, especially if you're like a college student or a high school student. Being a server does make pretty good money though, I won't lie. That's the only reason why I'm able to put up with stupid people like the ones I just mentioned. But, yeah, I would preferably not like to work in those areas. So, that's gonna be the end of the video. This is a, you know, pretty different, pretty chill video if I do say so myself. If you ended up liking it and maybe, want like something similar, like maybe stories about me like in high school or whatever, or just like other stories about my life, go ahead and leave a like on the video to show your support. If you're new to the channel, then please subscribe, and go ahead and follow my Twitch channel as well, twitch.tv/JoshDL__. And I also have a Twitter and a Discord that's going to be in the description, and I also have a Patreon as well if you want to support me there. So, thanks again for watching this video, and I hope you all have a good one.